This is the Benjamin Zulu Global. Welcome our viewers from all over the world to the home of the Heart Months. We're converging to learn together because when you know better, you can do better. And a better life is what we all want. Better work life, better family life, better personal life.
So Uncle Benjamin is also giving us a concise guide to dating right. Welcome to the Benjamin Zulu Show. My name is Lily. On this book, Dating Right, in chapter 8, it talks about the children factor. Single moms, dads, baby mamas, baby daddies, that factor in dating. So you say that one-line single mothers will often hear from sex pests when they refuse their obvious sexual advances is, you're not even a virgin. What's the big deal? The answer, I was making a joke to someone and I told them I'm a virgin. So I'm not going that direction. We laughed about it, but I stuck to my guns. Anyway, I say that because I have a child, so I know this line very well.
I know.
So you say, so they hear a lot of, you're not even a virgin, what's the big deal? And you say the answer is simple. Virginity of the body I may not have, but I still have my self-respect and my honor.
And
Mic drop.
People tend to separate you from your body so they can reduce you to a place they can use you.
Separate you from your body? How?
So that they can reduce you to a place where they can use you.
Yes.
They're talking about your body, virginity, or whether you got a child, to show that you are already used to goods, you know?
And also that all of you is your body.
If they were to acknowledge your soul, if they were to acknowledge your spirit, your principles, your energy, that is undefilable.
Yes.
That part can recover after 7 children, God forbid, but can recover as long as you are alive. You know, that part can wake up at any point in life.
Yes.
Neuroplasticity, the neuroplasticity of your mind, of your brain, is what gives you second chance for as long as you are alive.
Yeah.
Neuroplasticity is that concept in neuroscience saying you can rewire your brain for any new lifestyle at any point you choose. It's not easy, but it's doable. Who you were when you were getting the child does not have to be the person you are today. Most people, not everybody changes. Because the mental change is different from the painful experience.
Yes.
You can go through the painful experience and you learned nothing. You're just afraid, you just retreated. As soon as you come back again, you repeat the same cycles.
Yeah.
If you don't change your ways of thinking, you continue doing the same things because the software is the same.
Yeah.
But some people have been, if you know you have gone through baptism of fire, you have transformed yourself. Remember, a lot of times people want to associate having a child with being easy or whatever, easy to lay or whatever like that, to put you down. But there's a time I was doing research and I was telling guys, a lot of times people get children transformed to the best person you could ever meet.
Yes.
Those who go through painful breakups,
Yes.
they now become balanced. And thank God today's conversation in that area, we're just saying, always date according to who you are today. Don't let people drag you to who you used to be.
Woo. Preach.
Date, talk with me according to who I am in front of you.
Yes.
Not who I was somewhere back. If you can't deal with this, you don't belong to my space.
Yes. Love it.
Make it that simple.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So that's Dating Right. So many gems there. Please get a copy for yourself wherever you are in Kenya. I've seen a lot of comments of people asking, I'm in Embu, I'm in Mombasa, how can I get the book? Just make your order through the number on your screen. Make your order through the WhatsApp number on your screen, and we're going to make sure that you get a copy of the book. This is Healing Your Inner Self. It's a book that goes, just pair it with any book that you read. I think it's really necessary, and it goes very well with any book that you read. You can get all these babies shipped to you. I just want to read one comment that I got from a friend of mine. Shout out to you, Priscilla Njoki. Priscilla is a good friend of mine and she has been binging on our shows.
Wow.
She said that she forces her children to watch it so that they can get this information as soon as possible. Yeah. So she said, I shall be gifting friends and family Uncle Benjamin's books as birthday or Christmas presents. I don't need to think about any other presents.
Wow. Wow.
That's so good.
Thank you, Priscilla. That's so.
Yeah.
Now that person is doing what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Tell her the next time she's buying to gift people, let her notify us, we insert a gift there.
There you go.
Yep.
All right, Lioness Daniela had said, I'm glad I gifted myself 2 awesome books for my birthday. On my way to healing, learning, and becoming a better version of myself. Happy birthday to me.
Wow, happy birthday to you. That's the best happy birthday.
Yeah.
And just to mention, as you mentioned, we deliver both in Kenya and all over the world.
Yes.
There's some guys in Cayman Islands.
Uh-huh.
The capital is Georgetown.
Okay.
And we are trying to send, and the courier, we are trying to tell the guys on the map where is the north of Jamaica, after Cuba there.
Yeah, that's what I'm going.
Territorially, they belong to the United Kingdom.
Okay.
But they are far away. They're not in that. So just to say, we have been delivering all over the world, and these guys, we have couriers like DHL is very reliable, very reliable. They will take it to France, and when the person is not picking the call, they'll call it. The person is not picking, find a way to contact them, tell them we have arrived.
Yeah.
I've just found it very convenient. Of course, we are trying to get them now to soft copy. We are developing those where you can read on your phone. We are getting there.
Yeah.
But currently, we're using this physical. In a short while, we'll be able to have those other options.
Okay.
But just to say, we ship all over the world.
All right.
Yes.
All right. Today, we want to talk about backbenchers. Mumefikiwa. Let me remove myself from that group. Backbenchers, mumefikiwa. Where do I start when I made wrong choices and got children and divorced at 30? This is for both men and women.
Yeah. And do you know very well, by the time you're hearing children and divorced by 30, you know what happened, isn't it?
Yeah.
We jump in when you're too young.
Yeah.
And excitable.
Or, I think, too young or not ready. You can be old enough on paper.
Yeah. And you're not exposed, you're not learned, you're not prepared.
Yeah.
Thank you for bringing that up, because sometimes pain can delay your development.
Yes.
Or being closed in.
Yes.
Over strict parents can confine you until you don't know another life.
Yeah.
Even when you leave home, you go to confine yourself in another place.
Yes.
You don't know how to socialize, how to start contact, and which groups do you belong to. Do not take for granted. Those Form 4 leaver groups used to go, those Class 8 parties, those things developed a social life. What if you are denied the chance to go out to any of those? You come out here alone. You are in people, but you are socially alone. You don't even know who is who. If you look back, you usually don't think about it. But the connections you made from the village, I know they catapulted you to others. And some died off over time, but they had already given birth to others and led to. What if you are denied all that? You can reach 33, 32, still very closed in. And unable to relate, you don't know with who. You don't even have conversation. You don't even know how to relate. So it's to say, for whatever reason you're having to redo again. What if now you marry in that level of naivety? You can't even know what to check.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this was not part of our curriculum. There was no book to read and know how to choose a partner.
There's a teacher who used to say, she used to speak in our school, and she would say, do not have a boyfriend. Boyfriends are the devil. So now, I think she had the right idea, but she made it sound so far-fetched.
Yes.
We wrote her off. Yeah.
And part of what would delay us is all those parents just say, don't.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
We are not given. So that strict. And you're not told what to do, what not to do, how to navigate the space. There is a risk when you allow people freedom, they can mess up. And TDJ said that daughter who messed up very early very early. Is it 13 or some funny age?
Yeah. Some funny age.
Your system is already here. But because he's a mature man, he knows how to let the child recollect, learn. She ended up to be the one to take up many of these things that he was doing, and she has the capacity for it. What if she was that strict? Oh, now I disown you. You see it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if we have heard people like Sarah Jakes pick themselves up, who are you?
Wow.
People have picked themselves up. In modern society, the examples I'll pick may not be very much contemporary today, because I like the ones we can relate to, all of us, we can read and see. But I want to say we are talking to these people who they were written off too soon.
Okay.
People say that your enemies were happy. They started tossing that kalikuwa kanaringa sana. Now he is divorced. Now he thought he knows. Now he is gone. Now, you know. Those people have to recollect and restart again, and it's a confused haze.
Because I think at 30, that age of 30, 40, you feel like you're already old. You feel like you're already past.
You are made to feel. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
You are made to feel like you have gone past the age of, being hot.
Yeah. Energetic or new ideas. You feel like you already sort of expired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people rub it into you.
Yes. Yes.
They really put it in.
Yes.
That why expect so much? What is special with you? And you get into that space and you can be very confused, So the first step to restart again, and I hope you're not the kind that quits and writes yourself off and say, if I'm leaving and I'm ready that, let me get a second child that I have both children, the same person, and I just live my life. Don't make decisions out of desperation.
Yeah.
Don't make decisions out of desperation.
Yeah.
It's better to heal first. Don't even get children and bring them to that kind of confused situation. It's not even fair to them. I hope you're not the kind of a guy who says, let me just go work far away. There are guys who, instead of dealing with the marriage and there's not working relationship, he starts to operate remotely. So he avoids closeness by transferring very far away and disappearing occasionally to avoid strife. So there's no marriage. You can see people are married and they're not married.
Gosh.
Separate lives. It's no longer working. But they cannot have the courage to restart. Others, if this thing falls, they recoil emotionally and they hide. You can go into hiding for ages. People have been hiding and they can get babies when they're hiding. They're just unavailable. The first step to regroup and restart is to find your kinsman redeemer. Of course, I'm borrowing that language from the story of Ruth, where they came from. The first marriage collapsed.
The husband died.
Yes. And father-in-law died and brother-in-law died. I don't know why men die so much anyway. But, of course, women also die, but a lot of sudden, unexpected interruption targets the leader, and that's the man a lot of times.
Yeah.
And her colleague, the wife to that other brother-in-law, gave up.
Yeah.
It's possible to give up after the first marriage. It's possible to retreat and live on low key, survival mode. And many have resigned that way and reduced their expectations and resigned. And they're just there. And they all felt the pain. But what Ruth did differently is what I want you to do. I want you to cling on to a kinsman redeemer, to Naomi, and follow a path that is new to you, but there's a person in front of you who will show you the way.
Okay.
This is not about dependency, about to find a person that must lead you the way. There are many ways nowadays of being led.
Somebody who doesn't want to hear what you're saying is hearing find a sponsor. You know what I mean?
Unless you are new to us.
Yeah, you have to be new to him.
To talk about sponsor.
Yeah.
And one day we are going to talk about those sponsors, but they remind me.
Okay.
We debunk it because it looks like an alternative.
Yeah, it does.
To make it.
Yeah.
It has been oversold.
Yeah.
But actually it's just a mirage and a lie. It's a trap. It takes away more than it gives you. Takes away more than it gives you. It may give you a posh house in Kilimani. And even a car or whatever life you feel like you have a life, but saps away your soul, saps away your freedom, saps away your peace. You have to fight with your conscience every day. Do you want to wet your pillow with tears? And you have to drown your conscience with alcohol just to say you have a life? Doing things you know very well, they're against who you are and where you want to go with your life. And by the time you wake up in midlife, you are such a murky history, you're even embarrassed to say what was happening. And some people know, you don't live in a bubble.
Yeah.
People know you used to live on, and some people have their own money. They just want that higher life they don't want to pay for. Just selfishness, just impatience. So there's no such thing as sponsor. Only you can sponsor yourself.
Okay.
It's a lie. It's a swindle.
It's a swindle.
Yes, it's a swindle. You usually sell what you will never get back. This person is giving what they can get back. You're selling your youth, your energy, your essence. This person is giving you just money and they have a lot of it. You can replace it tomorrow. What they're taking from you can't get it back.
And them, in their essence?
No, you see, these people usually are old or they have all this money and they have lost integrity and character. For you, what they're taking...
Oh, they have nothing to lose.
Yes.
Okay.
For you, you have this conscience. And I'm talking, many people who get to a place to converse, we are conversing, have conscience. They have not killed their conscience to become just sex. Because they've been... It's pressure by society to prove a certain lifestyle, so you get a man to give you that lifestyle. It appears like he will give you. You're going to sell your soul for that. It's like Illuminati of sort. You get to sell your soul for that. You know?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So we are saying, when you talk about kinsman, we're talking about a person who helps you come out, who shows you another path. Why? Lily, a lot of times when these things happen, they contaminate your entire social life. Mm-hmm. Friends abandon. People believed in you are frustrated. And they have questions. They're trying to push you back. They're trying. A lot of times when you have to change your family situation, 99% of your social group is gone. Many people get stuck there for relying on the same friends for advice. For relying on the same people they were with for advice. And you're not saying you discard them automatically. You're saying they themselves will show you they don't want you.
Yeah.
And I ask a lot of people, anytime there's a negative change in your life, breakup, divorce, or anything, you don't have anybody to talk to. You must accompany somebody else who's going away from the life where these disasters happened.
Yeah.
Accompanying means you can journey physically with Naomi. Although you are a foreigner there, you know there. It's a new place for you. Or you can accompany them mentally. Lily's success and failure are more mental and energetic than they are physical. When you want to transform your life, you start mentally, start energetically. Plug into a different energy. I can't tell you how many people changed my life and they never met me. I just plugged into how they talk, into their message, and listened. And I was telling you in another show about this guy who was saying he learned business by hearing this concept from rich guys teaching how to make money. And he was telling them to focus on a problem. And by just changing his view of business that way, he said it quadrupled his income.
Wow.
He applied one principle from a small book and it changed his life. What did he do? He plugged to an energetic mental thinking of a person who is outside there. Lily, your teacher, the one who speaks to your life when you want to change your life after breakup, should be out there.
Okay.
Not the one who believes, oh, you're doomed, oh, you're finished, oh. These people are putting you down are not the ones.
Okay.
There's a lady who did that rock bottom experience. You've been rejected, everything collapsing, sometimes there are even financial disruptions. You're starting from the zero, you know?
Yeah.
And she was going down there and she was with her son there and the son wanted something that she could not afford for back then. Her bank balance was zero. She went to the bank to try and there's nothing. And she looked at the son and said, you know what? Mommy will never be broke again. She promised the son, and what did she do? She bought a book, purchased going online, start going to this podcast. Do you know you can sit in a conversation with a mindset? I like seeing these guys who have achieved so much and they have the time for podcasts and to teach us.
Yeah.
To just tell us how they stepped on step A, step B. And when I hear them saying what they added next, one guy was explaining how he can move from $1,000 to $20,000 in a month. And he has done it. He was saying these are not fiction.
Yeah.
He have done it. They have markets there for cars. So he's saying, you look for guys, a car that is it's worth 2,000 and say you have 1,000 cash because many people are using financing. He said there's a secret that cash is very appealing. Tell sellers you have a lesser money here.
Yeah.
He say you get good bargains when you have the money in your hand.
Yeah.
Of course, it means also in the account you can transfer. It's not like financier or whatever. No paper. People, if they know they can get the money 1 week ahead.
Yeah.
Many people be willing, oh, can you advise? It's okay. He said he could buy that way, then go sell it at that right price. You're not even he has time.
Yeah, okay. He's not in a hurry.
Yes.
Okay.
So just touch after and he will mark it at 25, again to 2,000. He'll make 1,000.
Yeah.
So he said, I did that like 4 times in a month. The auction market is quick. You know.
Yeah.
So I could do that 4 times, and I started with only 1,000. I'm ending up with 15, 20,000.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking at the readiness. I realize people don't want these processes. If you can save them, then the financing, the paperwork, the signing, the waiting.
Yeah.
They'll be willing.
Installments.
Yes. Anytime when I have cash. Oh, okay. And here. 1 hour, we are done.
Yeah.
Many people are happy.
Yeah.
What was he doing? He was teaching us what he stepped out into. Those of us who started from zero and you're having to use savings and salaries, put aside this, hoping it will amount to something you can invest. You know, very slow. Here is a guy telling you the path he took.
Yeah.
Why is he doing that? He's helping those who are looking to be held their hands by a kinsman redeemer to take you to another place. Kinsman's being relatable. Your blood.
Okay.
Many times it's not just blood, it's mental. You can relate.
Okay.
You can energetically resonate.
Yeah.
When you decide to restart your life and you don't go back like Orpah, just turn back and disappear. If you give in to depression, you go all the way to living death. You know, sometimes you're alive, but you're not alive.
Yeah.
You don't have energy.
Yeah.
You're just existing there. And when you meet people who have no energy, you sense how small life they have. It's very depressing, you know.
Yeah.
They're doing the bare minimum to pay bills, to get by, and you even pity them. So we're saying connect with the person who is outside your small world that has been polluted by what recently happened in your life.
Yeah.
You may have to look more, you may have to search, but you will find them.
Yeah.
Many people have shared that kind of journey and rose to notoriety and rose to greatness. Only that they are not praised, they are not talked to, they are not talked about so much because society does not want to deal with repair.
Yeah.
So that one's the ideal story.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, you don't hear a person saying this one happened and I came back, I've rebuilt. Rebuilding is not praised. It's the one who stayed perfect. That's the story. So if everybody's saying we've been married 50 years and you can't relate to that, if everybody's saying 40 and you can't relate to that,
Yeah.
if somebody was saying the first one they want, it was a mistake. I regrouped. That's the story of Ruth. That's the story of people who the real destiny was in the second marriage. The second point is people consider you like you've been injured and damaged. The second point is to consider the setback as a rerouting.
Okay.
A lot of people think after this thing happened, you should stop expecting too much. That's why even when they approach you for second time dating, they hope you don't have too many standards.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They hope you know you're not okay.
Yeah.
And it's like if it's a blended family, you have kids, I have kids. It's like you know,
We are comrades.
So it's like now just forget about all standards. Forget about all.
Yeah.
Just. You know very well that your soul does not age. Your principles, who you are, your energy. You still want high level connection. You still want truth, loyalty. You still want honesty and intensity and purity. You still want a twin flame connection. In any case, many times you never had it. That was a mistake.
Yeah.
This is the first time you know the things that make for a deep connection,
Yeah.
for real union.
Yeah.
In fact, the second time is when you should be more careful. You already suffered from mistakes in the past or something happened in the past. You know, if you get it wrong a second time, it will be harder to convince other people that you're still okay, to convince yourself. Because why didn't you learn? If it goes wrong the second time, it should not be because you repeated mistakes.
I think the thing that somebody who makes a second mistake would be telling themselves is, now I know how to manage that mistake better, so I'll manage it.
Yeah, and you know, when you think you manage mistakes, you think you manage human beings.
Yeah.
Human beings are not manageable. Once they cross the border, once they push it twice, they push again. They don't usually stop at disrespect, for example. A person who overlooks you or comes home and withdraws to their phone or they're on their social media or something happens and they give you cold silence for long. There's cold silence and warm silence. Warm silence is when we know we are just retreating to regroup, to re-energize.
Okay.
There's an understanding. We are connected.
Okay.
We're not disconnected.
Okay.
We all need those moments.
Okay. I love that.
That's warm silence.
Yes.
You're not punishing me, and there's no anxiety.
Yeah.
You know?
I know at the back of my mind we'll talk about it.
Yes.
Okay.
And many times it's a routine.
Okay. Oh.
I can see you have sunk into that space, and I leave you alone to rest.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
I can see you. That's you always need that every now and then,
Yeah.
and because it's a rhythm between us, you keep yourself busy. We catch up later. We joke about it.
I've gone into that car space.
You know,
You know the car space.
you know,
It's in that corner.
you can tell.
Okay.
It's a warm silence. There's
Okay.
no tension. You know, the difference between what society wants you to see is that for you, you know, this setback was not to reduce me to second grade, so that now I should sell at second-hand price.
Oh, Matumba.
You know,
Yeah.
many people approach you that way.
Yeah.
And the late Bob Colimo, when he finally found the marriage that carried him to his destiny, he was trying the third time. And he met a woman who already had kids. And he was a very balanced man. Society does not want, we don't want to advocate it. We are not hoping you have to mess up.
Yeah.
But people have gotten things wrong. Things have happened for them. And many times they can have the happiness, the Ruth way, the second time around. You can have happiness when you have come around. You should consider this as a migration now. You're supposed to migrate from this level of existence where you are maybe leading with only your physical beauty, leading with only with your money, your guy, only leading with this kind of lifestyle. Many people, when they're trying to marry the first time, they're leading with their own things. Very superficial and short-sighted.
Yeah.
That accommodate for many red flags.
Yeah.
For example, the voice of your mother is very loud. Get a guy who has money. So you get him, he has money and he has no respect at all, no loyalty.
Yeah.
Or he has no drive. That time he has money only to realize that money is too small compared with what you want. And the money you can make yourself, the competence you have yourself. So that time you are leading with the voice of who? Society.
Yeah.
Voice of community, voice of what people are saying around. That time as a guy, you are leading with the curvy one, the charming one, the sexy one. So you come in with a person who is curvy, sexy, all that, and they are mean. They're emotionally withdrawn. They are difficult. They're not supportive. They're not present. You just don't rhyme. They pick issues. They're always angry. They're grumpy. They carry grudges. Impossible. But this second time around, you're saying, I'm leading with a soulish connection.
Okay.
I just want us to feel that deep calling to deep. I just want to feel that we got each other's back. We don't push each other beyond the values we value. We help each other to stand by what we value. We have honesty, we have communication, we have conversation, you know. Yeah. I've seen in conferences where people came when they're just dating and they're dating midlife. And it was very pleasant to watch. Somewhere people midlife trying to now rectify after something happened, and they're dating on another level. There's no that carelessness you hear being praised around for people who think like there's nothing that matters after you've gone this route.
Yeah.
And they're coming to learn and to apply some things. So we are saying this is for you as a rerouting to your real place. Now this time you're marrying to go to where you belong.
Okay.
Now this time you're dating to go. In fact, the energy and the expectation, the vibrancy comes from this is the time. This is the time. And you go with expectation and hope, because you know when you finally now meet this person, you'll have the right scope, you'll have the right readiness. Then before you endured, maybe you just persisted, just you stayed. I hope you know you can get stuck in a relationship and you're paralyzed until you marry because you can't leave. So, not everybody marries because they're in love.
It's because they can't leave.
Yes. Particularly connections for people under 25 or people before they realize who they are. Sometimes even 26, 27, they have not realized. But particularly the ones who are under 25, when they have not developed the capacity, they can get helplessly attached. And I've met them. They say, I was guilty every time I was with him, with her. I left there conflicted. But I can't leave, just so invested I can't. And your heart and your head are arguing.
Yeah.
And eventually baby follows, eventually cohabiting. And so you are reaching here when you have never known peace and love. This was something you staggered into because it was common. It was common. How come you are single? And the last concept, the last process, Lily, is to rebuild with urgency. Don't fall into the complacency of saying, I'm buying my time forever. Many even hide under the name of I'm healing. But they don't have timelines of how much they're doing and what they're doing. So remember, you still have limited time. After you regroup, you heal, you should have timelines. Many people, of course, delay because they don't know when to begin. After you set timelines and you get there, You can get the information from the right sources when you have pushed yourself to start now saying, I have a year or two to start my next family.
Okay.
When you get there, you start saying, so who can help me? You know, you must get to that place of decision.
Yeah.
It's like saying, I must build a house now. Where do I start? Where are the possible finance?
Yeah.
You know, getting married a second time will not come automatically. In fact, society is not even assisting the way they were assisting you the first one. The way they were pushing you towards it. This one, nobody's, even they are hoping you have given up.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Let me tell you, the second time is personal. You rebuild with urgency. Urgency to mean do a timeline of your life, what you need to have done by when. Your career is getting busier and busier, and it can swallow you. Until every time of yours is occupied by the little time you have time for family, the next is career, and in between you are just on the move. You're not even available emotionally. You can't even connect. You can't even talk to people. You can't. It is personal decision to say, this is the time. Then you say, who can I start? Who are the relationship coaches around? What kind of healing have I done? What kind of my standards now? Where do I begin? You know. And actually, when you set the goal, we said, when you are ready, the path will appear.
Oh, wow.
You come all the way and say, this is what I want. How can I get it? You seek, you knock, you ask. Some of these things, you want it, you seek, you ask, you knock, you active. Asking is just the first space of desiring. And then you move out, you seek, you go knocking doors. Many people have not been taught the concept of knocking doors when you want marriage. The concept of seeking.
Yeah.
The concept of being proactive in your asking.
Yeah.
Many people just think that sit there, chance will find them. How to rebuild? Second time is be intentional and decide on it. Don't let anybody put you down. Let me tell you, you'll meet another seeker like yourself and you will realize that was a suggestion. That was a suggestion from your destiny. That it's your time now to do it right. Yes.
Wow. Okay. Two sides of the same coin kind of question. So there are those with a lot of money when they leave that situation.
Yes.
And the temptation is to completely, immerse yourself, indulge in whatever the next thing is.
Correct.
And it tends to be the wrong thing.
Yeah.
So, how do you manage that emotion when that heavy grief or confusion or haze meets with a lot of money?
Yeah. Learn to face your demons rather than to flee from them. That indulgence is a way of escaping the uncomfortable situation in front of you.
Yeah.
You drown it with alcohol, drown it with multiple partners, drown it with running away. In the morning, you still wake up with a regret.
Yeah.
The next morning, you always remember that this is not the solution. So, when you learn as a person out of maturity and the seasons you are in and how you need to keep steady to conduct healing, surgery, to face it in therapy, face it in conversation, face it in studying, face it. That space of healing is a decision. When you go there, it takes you shorter time to find peace. The other one does not give you peace.
Yeah.
Escaping keeps haunting you. It is costing you more and it's not healing you. This is the one you invest and you see healing. Yes.
The other side of the coin is, I have left, I don't have any money.
You're even in debt.
I'm in debt.
Sometimes you've been incurred.
Yeah, and maybe I have a child, that is something else.
Yeah, the first one there, you say, you start with the low-cost healing materials, like the free materials that you can find if you just have Wi-Fi or a few bundles here and there. You start there slowly, but focus on rebuilding your finances first.
Okay.
Study materials that are about finances and debt management.
Yeah.
You can actually manage debt. You can play around with whatever situation you are in.
Yeah.
In this life, we always come out head first. So remove your head from the debt. You are born head first. Go into rooms head first. Into cars head first. Your head always go first. When your head comes out of debt first, your whole life will come out. But how do you remove your head? Educate yourself. Okay. Expose yourself. Have conversation. It just takes a decision. No, I need my way out. I need to get out. And you're there biting your lower lip and saying, it must happen one way or other.
Yeah.
Then you reach out to find a book about healing.
Yeah.
Find a material online. You can even go online and check which pages discuss recovering after this.
Yeah.
You start getting snippets, ideas. That energy itself, you begin to see where to step. The other one. Normally it doesn't take normal people more than 2 years to rise back to their feet.
Oh.
However deep you are in, even if it's the debt that you have not yet paid, the fact that you energetically and practically have started moving, sometimes you even declare bankruptcy to get rid of all those debts of the ones from before.
Yeah.
If it was business oriented. We're just saying, depending on where you are, when you're determined, you can find a way out.
Okay.
Yes.
But sometimes it takes longer.
Yes. We are not talking about totally getting financial. We are talking about emotionally getting on your feet.
Okay.
To be able to live your life, laugh, see sunshine, move around, meet with the friends.
Yeah.
Don't sit in a depressive place for 5 years. Your life is not that slow. Your life is short. Moves quickly.
Yeah.
As soon as you can find a therapist, a person to help you heal, move on.
Okay.
Yes.
Let me just linger there for a minute,
Yeah.
because I know that in addition to those for whom it was a marriage that broke, there are also those who are widowed.
Yep.
And so it seems like you never get out of the woods financially because of having to take your children to school, and you have so many responsibilities. So you're sort of living from hand to mouth for
Yes.
decades. What is that?
The version of you that you need to change your life cannot be the same version that had a helper when now you are alone. For the period that you're alone and you hope to find a helper someday, the same version cannot work. There before you had to lift maybe just a part of the weight. Now you're lifting it all alone.
Yeah.
Even as a man, you are here with daughters, and now they need guidance, and you cannot have, you cannot just continue. Their mother is talking to them. I'm on the side.
Yeah.
You must launch another person, another version of yourself that is wider, that is more exposed, that is more landed. How do you do that? Get the materials, get the resources, get the places. In fact, in terms of finances, instead of continuing to just be an employee who's just living there and you had organized, this plan was back then. Now this must be only a seed, and I must sow it somewhere. Now you must attempt investment, you must attempt businesses. When you realize the demand is higher than what I can get now, and you accept and say, I must expand one way or other.
Yeah.
If you stay there, people come to help you at a very high cost.
Yeah.
People come to rescue you and use you.
That's where sponsors come in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you felt you are helpless. But another person can say, let me see what I can do.
Yeah.
Let me grow some vegetables. Let me acquire this. Do you know, if you just look around, you find when Ishmael, when Hagar had a child and they have no water and the child is crying, dying of thirst, and she looks up saying, what can I do? She's shown a well. Sometimes you just need to look up and you'll be shown a way out. Don't sit there desperate because your helper is gone.
Yeah.
Because you are the one doing it with God. Rise up, you will find another way.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. That was a beautiful show. I hope you enjoyed it and you've gained a lot. That's it from us. See you on the next episode. Bye.
This is the Benjamin Zulu Global. Welcome our viewers from all over the world to the home of the Heart Months. We're converging to learn together because when you know better, you can do better. And a better life is what we all want. Better work life, better family life,